So my dear student, in the previous class I have discussed how to find the derivatives using the composite rule functions, or we can say that is chain rule or function of the function. Now we have to find more derivatives of more types of functions. So what I have completed? Derivatives of composite functions. Composite functions we have done, and I have discussed some questions. I have given you the work also to do. Composite functions we have done. Next type of function is implicit functions. We have to see the derivatives of implicit functions. Then we are having derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. Already I have explained you about the inverse trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions, we can change the inverse trigonometric functions to simple, we can say trigonometric functions or circular functions, and we can find easily the derivatives. Then we are having, after inverse trigonometric functions, exponential functions and logarithmic functions. Exponential functions and logarithmic functions. Derivatives of them. Then next we need to find out the derivatives of functions having combination of these functions. Maybe you may have the combination of all these functions. And sixth one, second order derivative. Second order derivative. So my today's target is to find out all these type of questions, type of concepts discussed in the video. Now see, first of all, composite functions already have discussed. Chain rule, that is chain rule. Composite functions means we are using chain rule. Implicit functions. If the functions, see what is implicit function first. A function which is a function of more than one variable is known as implicit functions. Now, inverse trigonometric functions, already I have discussed inverse trigonometric functions. A topic is discussed for that inverse trigonometric functions. Exponential and logarithmic is maybe new for you. So for that I am giving you one trick. Exponential and the logarithmic functions are those. For I am talking about exponential functions. For exponential, what are exponential functions? F is a function from R to R plus. Exponential function is a function whose domain is set of all real numbers and whose range is set of all positive real numbers. Now after that, given by a to the power x, fx is equal to a to the power x, where a should always greater than 1. A should not be less than 1. This is the exponential function. So what is logarithmic function now? This is the two extra thing I am giving you as a knowledge, because you may be given this type of questions in the exam. Logarithmic function. So what is logarithmic function? See everyone, f is a function from, it is inverse of exponential function. So r plus 2r means whose domain of logarithmic function will be set of positive real numbers to real numbers, set of real numbers, given by f of x is equal to log x to the base a. Now here the base a is again, it should be positive. It should be greater than 1. a should be greater than 1. If it is less than 1, we cannot find it. So these are the two different definitions for exponential function and logarithmic functions. You must remember these, its domain and range, so that you can utilize the proper differentiation wherever applicable. Now functions having combinations of these functions means all these functions will be combined and we have to find out the derivative. Then the last one is second order derivative. Second order derivative means we have to differentiate it once, then twice. See, a function can be differentiated for n number of times. So that will be known as nth order derivative. So a function is differentiated once, first order derivative. A function is differentiated twice, it is known as second order derivative, and so on. So let us see first of all questions based upon them. Then we will easily understand it. So everyone, just now I have discussed about exponential function and logarithmic functions. Now I am giving you one formula based upon it. See, whenever the base is small e, e was a standard symbol given by the great mathematician Euler. So Euler was the mathematician who has given Leonhard Euler. So he was the mathematician, he has given the symbol. For example, we are having a pi as an irrational number. In the same way, small e, that is Euler's number, its value lies between 2 and 3. So e, whenever we will use the base as e, it will be known as natural exponential function and natural logarithmic function. Whenever we will use in place of a, it is e, it is natural exponential function or natural logarithmic function. If the base is 10, it will be known as common exponential function and common logarithmic function. So let us write it so that you will not forget. So what you have studied just now, if a is equal to e is equal to Euler's number, then a to the power x is known as e to the power x. E to the power x is known as natural exponential function. Natural exponential function. Exponential function of x. Conditions are as it is. Then and log x to the base e. It is also written as in this way, log x. In some competitive books, level books, or you can see some other books, this sign is used. It is read as ln, ln x. So log x to the base e, or in this symbol you can represent, is called natural logarithmic function. Natural logarithmic function of x. Now we can interchange it. I am giving one formula. You remember that formula will have wide use throughout in solving problems. A to the power x. If you want to convert a general exponential function to natural exponential function of x, what formula you need to utilize? E to the power x into log a to the base e. This is the basic formula which will help you in a tremendous way. E to the power x is equal to e to the power x into log a base e. This is the way to change a general exponential function to natural exponential function of x. So now more about logarithm. See, logarithm is a basic tool which is widely used in day-to-day life mathematics to find the values of those exponential functions whose value we cannot evaluate. For example, if I am talking about 10 to the power 5, everyone can answer. If I will ask 10 to the power 0.001, we cannot answer it. So to answer this type of questions, we are using the tool of logarithm. So to use this tool, we need some basic concepts clear. First, the definition which I have just earlier discussed. If a to the power x is equal to a natural number n, or any number n, positive number, implies and is implied by, it will be logarithm to the base a, number will be here, and this is x. So this is the basic or definition of logarithmic function, logarithm, not logarithmic function, it is logarithm. It is definition of logarithm. Definition of logarithm. Whenever you don't understand logarithm, just convert into exponential, because exponential you are already knowing. Since junior classes we teach the students exponential functions. So if you don't understand logarithm, just convert into exponential form. Then easily you can understand. Now some laws. Product law. See what is the product law? Log with base a, the numbers are n and p. In place of these numbers we can have functions also. So either they are functions or numbers. The rule will be same for them and so on. It will be log m to the base a plus log n to the base a plus log p to the base a and so on. So if it is in product form, we convert into sum or sum. That is known as product law or product rule also we can say. Third one is division. Division rule. What is the division rule? If it is in the division form, in place of numbers we can have functions also. Then also the rule holds same for them. So it is log m to the base a minus log n to the base a. See. So whenever the numbers of the functions are in division used with a log, then it can be converted into the differences of two different logs of the numerator minus denominator. So this is known as division rule. A fourth one, rule for exponents. Rule for exponents. See what are these? If it is log m to the power n, this exponent will come out into log m to the base a. Either these are numbers or functions, it is equally applicable. Fifth one, logarithm of a to the base a. If the base and the number are same, its result is 1. And the last one, logarithm to the base a of 1 is equal to 0. All these rules I suggest everyone to learn it because it will be utilized in the questions. One of the most important rule which I want to discuss separately because it is one of the most important rule you can see, that is known as change of base formula. The seventh concept is change of base formula. I suggest everyone to go through this. This is the most important formula. Very easy also if you understand. Log e. Now I want to make it with base e, and it will be generally required in differentiating the functions. If I wish to make them of the base e, how will you make? I can make it as log m to the base e by log a to the base e. This is known as change of base formula. From here I can make so many rules like that. One substituent law of it, one extra rule C. Log a base b is equal to 1 by log a base b. And we can easily make this formula with the utilization of this formula. See. So these are some rules which I wanted to discuss with you all, so that you will never find any confusion in finding derivatives of the functions. So in my next class I will represent derivatives of different functions with some questions, with handy of questions I will discuss.